Bones League, hello. Week 10 recap coming your way. Get fired up. We got a lot to get through. Let's do it. Okay? It's time to add another term to the Bones League lexicon. The term this week is the Crazy Frog Cup.
What's going on?
Now, what is the Crazy Frog Cup? It's a great question. It is the rivalry matchup between the teams that this year are called Spider Pranks and I Gotta Start Cooking. These two teams have known each other for a very long time, and they're always matching up against each other. Both teams are veterans of the league and have been there since the inception of the league. So I'm going to flash a little bit of history right here. I won't go through all the different names that these teams have been, but as you can see, the team that is referred to as I Gotta Start Cooking has won the past 3 matchups against Spider Pranks. But our man Spider Pranks this year is having his best season to date, and he gets the monkey off his back, gets the win over top of I Gotta Start Cooking, wins by about 18 or something like that. So keep rolling, Spider Pranks. You are having the season of your life so far. So big ups. Way to win the Crazy Frog Cup. All right, let's take a second. I wanted to talk a little bit about a team that might be under some people's radars this year. That team is Serial Chillers, sitting at 5-5, ranked 7th right now in the league. I think this is a team that people need to watch out for. This week she got the job done against our basement team, Nina's fabulous team, who's in last place. Serial Chillers snuck by with a win there by, I think about a couple, 13 points, something like that. But I was taking a look back through her schedule, and she started off on a 3-game losing streak, but has only really lost 2 games since then and has put together some wins. Hasn't been a hottie yet, hasn't won any bones boosts yet, except for actually maybe 1 week. She has Tyler Hawkinson. So she has had 1 bones boost, but kind of under the radar team that I think everyone should kind of be aware of and keep their eye on. I'm thinking that this team might be a player when we reach the playoffs. There's always that one team, that dark horse that comes in, upsets the big seeds, and ends up winning it all. And I will add that she did win the whole league last year. So just want to put this player on people's radar. Got it done this week, beat up on Nina's fabulous team. Nina's fabulous team bummed that you didn't get the win this week. It looks like I would assume you're going to be a Coldie. I haven't looked at the numbers yet, but it's going to be cool. Coldies, nothing wrong with being a Coldie, that's for sure. Good job, Serial Chillers, this week. Let's talk close calls. I wanted to touch on 2 games last week that we had that were extremely close. One, I'll start with the team that I gave the hardest time to last week, Raw Girl. She came back guns a-blazing and almost took out the number 2 seed Auto Draft. Auto Draft only won by, it was less than 2 points. So Raw Girl, keep up the good work. You almost took out the number 2 seed. So I think there's still a chance for you to make a late run into the playoffs, and I'm rooting for you. Next game I wanted to talk about would be the game between Charlotte's Choice team and Lamar-a-Lago. Man, this was a battle between 2 feisty teams. Charlotte's Choice team ended up getting it done. Lamar-a-Lago put himself in a bit of a bind. He didn't have the opportunity to he didn't want to drop some of his players, which I get. So he had to leave some spots open. This one was a trench fight. So they were both going at it. Neither of them putting up big numbers, but still entertaining to watch. Nonetheless, Lamar-a-Lago, hang in there. You're still also in playoff contention. Everybody right now could still do it because over half the teams make it in. So let's just see what happens. Here we go. Let's talk the drama that we had on Monday night. We had the Commanders taking on the Eagles, which was a crazy game because the Commanders beat the undefeated Eagles. So good for the Commanders. Good for you guys. But really, more importantly, in the Bones League, we had some drama going down. So for starters, we had Bones Group versus, now this might be a spoiler, Hottie Holly. The Bones Group had a chance maybe to take down Hottie Holly if the Philadelphia defense did a good job and Dallas Goedert didn't score a touchdown. None of those things happened. Hottie Holly gets the W, and she gets some other perks coming out of that one. And then the Bones Group takes the L and has some consequences to pay, as you can see. So that was a big game we had. Other drama on Monday night was we had Tori Splendid team take it on the Rook. This was intense because we had the Rook really needed A.J. Brown to go off and score some points. Tori Splendid team was kind of chilling on Monday night. Didn't have any players playing, but we were just all watching A.J. Brown to see if he could get it done. And unfortunately, he only gets 1.2 points, lets the Rook down, and she loses by 5 points. So her and Tori Splendid team just kind of did a swap. I think the rookie was in third. Now she bounced down to fourth. Tori Splendid team bounces up to third from fourth. So that was an exciting matchup, maybe one we'll see later on into the playoffs. Good job to you two. All right, last but not least here, the most tense game we had last night was the number one team in our league, Good Juju, taking on Captain Stan Blarchboss. Now, it's tough to take down Good Juju. Only one team has done it this year. And Captain Stan Blarch missed by less than 2 points. They needed just a couple more points, 2 more points out of Jalen Hurts last night that they did not get them. Good Juju rolls, keeps rolling, wins 105-103. Tight one, Captain Stan Blarchards. You guys are also still just on the edge of making it into the playoffs. So keep fighting. Looks like you guys might have lost Herbert for the year yesterday, so that's a bummer. Maybe look to make some trades. We got a couple days left, so maybe look see what's out there. And then that was Monday night. I mean, it was intense. I know I stayed up to the very end of the game because I wasn't tired at all, and it was intense watching everybody else's games get close. And actually. And back by popular demand, we have Hotties and Coldies. All right, per tradition, let's start with the Coldies. This week, we have Nina's fabulous team in the basement. She's on a 3-game losing streak. I keep putting her in the basement just because she has the least amount of wins in the league. Therefore, she's doing the worst in the league. She's a good player. She tries hard. Just getting the short end of the stick this year. Next up, we have a Coldie in Bones Group. Took it on the chin this week to Hottie Holly, now officially termed. It was a big game because either Bones Group was going to be a Coldie or Hottie Holly was going to be a Hottie. I think we know how it turned out. Pretty embarrassing being a Coldie, especially when you're the one kind of talking about all the Coldies in maybe not the nicest way. So maybe a little bit of karma coming back my way. So those are your Coldies for this week. It's real cold. Now, let's talk Hotties. Woo! All right, let's start with our newest Hottie. We already talked about her too much in this segment and too much in earlier segments. We have Hottie Holly is on a 3-game win streak. Sent Bones Group into the freezer. He's ice cold. And she is basking in the Hottie sun. So good job, Hottie Holly, formerly known as Emmy Needs a Scholarship and formerly known as the College Fund. Now, let's get to our last blazing hot Hottie on a 4-game win streak. We have Auto Draft Way to go, Auto Draft. You are in second place overall in the league. You're on a 4-game win streak. You are propelling yourself to unthinkable heights in this league. The heat is in your rocket boosters that are shooting you to the moon. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are your hotties. Don't forget about us coldies freezing in the freezer. We are looking to make a big comeback next week. Nina's fabulous team, let's get out of here, all right? You know what time it is. Time for Bones Boost. Let's start with the one we usually start with, the Baller Bones Boost. This week we had Justin Fields again with the highest points scored by a player in the league. He is on Lamar Lago's team. Lamar Lago with now his 4th Baller Bones Boost of the season. I mean, my man knows what he's doing when he puts these quarterbacks in. He had a back-to-back with Joe Burrow, Ice Cold, Ice Daddy Joe, and then now he's got a back-to-back with Jay Fields, J-Fed. Jafe. Gets a nice back-to-back with his man Jafe this week. So Lamar Lago might not be winning a lot of games, but he's still racking in the cash. Keep it coming. All right, enough of that. Let's talk about our best body of work this week. Goes to Good Juju. Yawn. Good Juju in first place. Squeaks out a win. If he didn't have the best score of the week, he would have lost. Squeaks out a win against the Blarch Zone Bandits. And he's going to get a little bit of cash for it. So, good work, Good Juju. I know I give you a hard time, but we are impressed with your winnings so far this year. Keep it up. I'm excited. I might get to play you in the playoffs, and it's going to be great to knock you off because you know what they say. Heavy lies the crown, my friend. Let's take a quick look at what the playoffs are shaping up to be in just a couple weeks. From what it's looking like right now, as things stand, we would have the number 1 seed Good Juju taking on the number 8 seed Bones Group. Bones Group hanging in there. They are the team at risk right now. We would have the number 4 seed, the rookie, going up against the number 5 seed, the team that is now called Hottie Holly. We'll see if that sticks. Then we would have the number 3 seed Tory Splendid team going against Spider Pranks, hanging in there, Spider Pranks, playoff bound. Man, if you won this year, that would be nuts. Then the last matchup of the first round of the playoffs would be the number 2 seed Auto Draft against the number 7 seed Serial Chillers. So that's what it's looking like for the playoffs. We still have teams like Mr. and Mrs. Blarchards who could be getting into the playoffs. Lamar Lago could still do it. We got Raw Girl is still dangerous. Charlotte's Choice team still dangerous. So there is hope for some people. Let me look. Who's the 10th seed right now? We got. I got to start cooking. Yeah, dude, you can start cooking. You can get in there. You can make the playoffs. Just stay with it. You can do it. So that's what we're looking at for playoffs right now. It's going to be interesting. It looks like if we look at the schedule, we're only going to have 3 regular season games left until we make it to the playoffs. So in just 4 weeks' time, we will have the first round of the playoffs kicking off, and it's going to be exciting. There's going to be some fireworks. All right, last reminder here, trade deadline is on the 19th, which is Saturday. So that's your last day to get some trades in. I know that I threw out 2 players. I was like Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara. They're good players. I need wide receivers. I need tight ends if I'm going to make this late push. And if I'm going to keep being the 8 seed and keep being a coldie and I got to play Good Juju first round, I'm going to need some ammo to get this win. So I've talked to people over the text message machine. If you guys are looking for a starting running back, I got one. I just need a good tight end and a good wide receiver. That's all I need. Here we go. Let's wrap it up this week with odds and ends. I will start with the subscriber count. Let's put it right up here. We're rocking and rolling. We got some new subscribers rolling in. I'm excited about it. I wanted to take a little bit of time and talk to you guys about an experience that we put together here at Bones Group for two of our newest subscribers. What we did is we took a little bit of time on last Saturday, really a couple hours. We put them aside and we ran around the city of Richmond. You know, very exciting kind of impromptu thing. Just kind of dropped everything. Was like, you know what, let's go out there. Let's just run around Richmond. I'm going to put some pics right up here of my newest subscribers and how much fun that they had. So, you know, I keep rolling out these experiences to you guys. I mean, they're for everybody. You just got to subscribe. I know that some people don't make what they subscribe to public, so I might be missing some of you guys that are coming in. You know, now that our number is so high, it's just everyone's getting lost. But yeah, I hope everyone's having fun. We're getting down to the end of the season here. This is a week 10 video. I'm kind of amazed that I've made it this far doing these videos, because usually I'll come out hot out of the gates for 3 weeks and then just trail off. But dude, we're rolling with videos. We're chilling here in the content castle. Things to be on the lookout for. There is going to be a Bones League lexicon or a Bones League reference sheet, so people can know what the terminology is. Because I know we got like the Lizzie the Dog log, we got the Emmy Lou canoe, we got now the Crazy Frog Cup, we got things like Hotties and Coldies, we've got Bones Boosts. So, you know, if you need to talk to anybody outside of the league about what's going on, this would be quick. Be like, check out this cheat sheet here. Here's what everything is. And also get ready for a little bit of maybe backstory on some of our teams that have been in the league for the longest. You can kind of know what kind of history they have. So we might start running some Bones League history classes. Tune in. Everyone loves history. All right. See you guys next week.